Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive into the world of AI. This time, we're tackling a fascinating topic well, frankly, it's changing the game in finance.
It really is. We're talking about financial large language models, or FinLLMs, as they're called.
FinLLMs, right?
Yeah, and these things are, well, they're not just your typical robo-advisors. We're talking about AI with the potential to analyze financial data like never before.
Exactly. It's like, imagine AI that can actually understand a company's financial report, not just crunch the numbers.
Right, and not only that, but also grasp market trends, even assess risk like like a seasoned financial expert.
It's mind-blowing stuff, and the research paper we're diving into today outlines a new platform called the Open FinLLM Leaderboard. It's basically a ranking system to see which AI models are the top performers in handling these complex financial tasks.
Yeah, it's kind of like think of it as the Olympics for financial AI.
I like that analogy. So if you've ever wondered which AI is the financial whiz kid, well, this leaderboard has the answers.
Exactly. And you know what's interesting? The current benchmarks we have for testing these AI models, like FinBen and FinanceBench,
Right. I've heard of those.
they're a bit outdated, really. It's like trying to judge a race car's speed based on a single photo finish. You're not getting the whole picture.
Yeah, you need to see the entire race to really understand how it performs.
Exactly. And that's where the Open FinLLM leaderboard comes in. It aims to be much more dynamic and adaptable, constantly tracking the latest AI models and their performance across a wide range of financial challenges.
So it's a much more comprehensive way to evaluate these AI.
Precisely. It's all laid out in this research paper aptly named OpenFinLLM.pds.
Catchy title.
Yeah.
But how do they actually put these AI models to the test? Like, how do they see what they can really do?
Well, they have a three-stage process.
Yeah.
First, they gather a bunch of different FinLM models and put them through a series of rigorous tests.
So they're really putting them through the ringer.
Exactly. And then they create these interactive demos so people can actually experience these models firsthand.
Oh, that's cool. It's one thing to read about AI, but it's a whole other thing to actually see it in action.
Absolutely. It makes it much more tangible. And the final stage is where they use all this data to figure out if AI is truly ready to handle those real-world financial tasks. You know, the kind that have real consequences.
It sounds like they're taking a very thorough and responsible approach to this whole evaluation process.
They are. And one of the things that sets this leaderboard apart is its use of multimodal data. It's pretty revolutionary.
Multimodal data. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Imagine an AI that can analyze a company's earnings call transcript alongside its stock chart to predict future performance. That's the power of multimodal data. It lets AIs consider different types of information, not just text.
Wow, that's like giving the AI all the pieces of the puzzle so it can see the bigger picture.
Exactly. And they're testing these AIs on a whole range of tasks, too, like analyzing financial reports, predicting market movements, you name it.
So it's not just about crunching numbers. It's about understanding the nuances of the financial world, the complexities, the interconnections.
You got it. And to make things even more challenging, they use something called zero-shot evaluation.
Zero-shot evaluation. That sounds intense.
It is. Basically, it means they test the AI models on tasks they've never seen before.
So it's like a surprise pop quiz for these AIs.
Exactly. You know, in the real world, financial situations are constantly changing, so we need AI models that can adapt to new information and solve problems they haven't been specifically trained for.
So they're testing their financial street smarts, not just their textbook knowledge.
You got it. And here's the best part. The entire leaderboard is open source and collaborative, meaning researchers and developers from around the world can contribute to keep it up to date and relevant.
That's amazing. It's like a global team effort to push the boundaries of what's possible with financial AI.
It really is. And you know what? What they're finding is that FinLMs are capable of some truly remarkable things.
Like what? Give me an example.
For example, imagine an AI that could help you refine questions for legal consultations, so you go in prepared and don't waste time or money.
Whoa. That would be incredibly helpful, like having an AI legal assistant by your side.
Precisely, and that's just one example. They're also exploring how AI can democratize financial document analysis, making it accessible to everyone, not just the experts.
That's huge. So you're saying AI could help me understand those dense financial reports that I usually just skim through.
Exactly. It's like having an AI translator that turns financial gibberish into plain English.
Now that's something I could definitely get behind.
It's pretty amazing stuff. But, you know, before we get too carried away, we also need to acknowledge that there are some significant challenges to overcome before these FinLLMs are truly ready for prime time.
That's a good point. Finance is serious business. We need to make sure these AIs are up to the task.
We do, and one of the biggest challenges is what's called hallucinations.
Hallucinations. That
Yeah.
sounds a little spooky for finance.
Yeah. It can be. Basically, it's when an AI confidently presents information that sounds plausible but is actually totally wrong.
So like an AI telling you a company is doing great when it's actually on the verge of bankruptcy.
That's the idea. And as you can imagine, that could have some pretty disastrous consequences.
Yeah, no kidding. So it's not just about getting the right answers. It's also about understanding why an AI makes a certain decision, especially when it comes to people's finances.
You're absolutely right. We need to be able to trace the AI's reasoning, understand its decision-making process, and make sure it aligns with ethical and regulatory standards.
So it's about building AIs that we can trust, not just AIs that are smart.
Precisely. And that's why this open FinLLM leaderboard is so important. It's not just a ranking system. It's a platform that's helping us identify these challenges, explore potential solutions, and ultimately shape the future of financial AI in a responsible way.
It sounds like they're really pushing the boundaries while also making sure we're not heading down a dangerous path.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a delicate balance, but an incredibly important one. Yeah, it's about making sure we're building a future where financial AI is both powerful and responsible,
Yeah.
a future we can all feel good about.
Absolutely. And it sounds like this leaderboard is playing a pretty crucial role in all of this. But what about the impact on like regulators and financial institutions? Are they keeping up with all these advancements?
Oh, they're definitely paying attention, that's for sure. And for good reason, too. The potential for positive change is huge, but so are the risks.
I imagine they're walking a bit of a tightrope, right? Trying to foster innovation while also making sure they protect consumers and, keep the market stable.
Exactly. It's a tough balancing act, and they're going to need new ways to assess and regulate these FinLLMs to ensure they meet the highest standards for accuracy, transparency, ethical conduct, all of that.
It sounds like a pretty complex challenge, but a necessary one. What about the financial institutions themselves? How are they responding to all this?
Well, financial institutions are always looking for an edge, right? And AI offers a lot of potential there. Increased efficiency, cost reduction, better decision-making, you name it.
I can see how banks, investment firms, even insurance companies could all benefit from utilizing these FinLLMs.
Absolutely. But they'll need to proceed with caution, especially when it comes to those challenges we talked about earlier, the hallucinations, the interpretability issues. They'll need to develop some pretty robust systems to validate these AI models and make sure they're not making, risky decisions that could impact people's lives.
It's a fascinating balance, isn't it?
Mhm.
Embracing this incredible potential of AI while also mitigating the risks.
Mhm.
It feels like we're at a really pivotal moment in the evolution of finance.
We are. And looking ahead, there are some incredibly exciting directions for future research in this whole area.
Like what? What are the researchers buzzing about these days?
Well, one area that has everyone really excited is improving the multimodal capabilities of these FinLLMs. Right now, they're mostly focused on text and numbers,
Right.
the usual financial data. But imagine an AI that could analyze video footage of a CEO's presentation or social media sentiment about a company, even satellite images of their factories.
No. Now that's taking multimodal data to a whole new level.
Yeah.
It's like giving these AIs a sixth sense for understanding the financial world.
Exactly. And that's not all. Another exciting direction is optimizing FinLLMs for local use, so people can run these powerful AI tools on their own devices, maybe even their smartphones.
So like having a personalized financial advisor in your pocket?
Precisely. It would be a game changer, especially for folks who don't have access to traditional financial advisors.
I can see that. But, as we talk about all this, about these powerful AI tools handling our financial data, we can't ignore the elephant in the room, privacy.
You're absolutely right. It's a huge concern, especially when you're dealing with such sensitive
Right.
information.
Exactly. So how do we make sure that our financial data stays secure in this age of AI?
Well, researchers are exploring some pretty advanced techniques like zero-knowledge proofs to tackle this very issue.
Zero-knowledge proofs. Okay, that sounds a little like magic to me.
It kind of is. Basically, it's a way of proving that you have certain information without actually revealing the information itself.
So, like, how would that work with FinLLMs? Give me a real-world example.
Okay, so imagine you're applying for a loan, and the bank is using an AI to assess your eligibility. With zero-knowledge proofs, the AI could verify that you meet their criteria, like having a certain credit score, income level, without actually seeing your specific financial details.
That's incredible. So you get the benefits of AI-powered analysis without having to sacrifice your privacy.
Exactly. It's pretty cutting-edge stuff, and it really highlights how this open FinLLM leaderboard is about so much more than just ranking AI models.
Right. It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible in financial technology in a way that benefits everyone.
You got it. It's bringing together researchers, developers, regulators, financial institutions, all working together to create a future where financial AI is both innovative and responsible.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from the limitations of those current benchmarks
Hmm.
to the potential of this open FinLLM leaderboard. And it's clear that AI is, well, it's poised to revolutionize how we interact with finance.
Yeah.
What are your overall thoughts on this whole evolving landscape?
Well, it's an incredibly exciting time, that's for sure. And it's all happening so fast. It's crucial that we understand both the opportunities and the challenges that come with all of this.
I agree. And for our listeners who are probably already thinking about how this could impact their own financial lives, what would you say is the key takeaway here? What do you hope they walk away with?
I hope they realize that financial AI isn't just some futuristic concept anymore. It's happening right now, and it has the potential to empower everyone. The Open FinLLM Leaderboard is a major step towards making financial AI more powerful, more transparent, and more accessible.
It's like a shining example of the collaborative spirit of the AI community and the understanding that AI can truly make a real difference in people's lives.
It really can. It's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we use it.
It's about harnessing its power for good.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really feels like we're on the brink of something big here in the world of finance. But with all this talk about AI and algorithms and all that, it's easy to lose sight of the human element. You know what I mean? What does this actually mean for like you and me and everyone listening?
That's a great point. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about how this technology impacts people's lives, right? So think about it this way. What if you had access to a financial advisor who could analyze your entire financial history, predict your future needs, and give you personalized advice all day, every day?
That's pretty powerful stuff. Like having a super smart financial brain in your back pocket. But would you trust it completely? Would you hand over the reins to your financial future to an AI?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? As these FinLLMs become more and more sophisticated, we really need to think carefully about the level of trust we're willing to place in them.
I mean, it's a lot of responsibility, right?
Yeah, it is. And that's why I think this whole field is so fascinating. It's not just about building smarter AIs, it's about figuring out how to integrate them into our lives in a way that benefits everyone, in a way that's safe and ethical and responsible.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like this giant societal experiment, and we're all kind of figuring it out as we go.
Exactly. And that's why we always encourage our listeners to, go out and explore these things for themselves. The Open FinLLM Leaderboard is a great place to start. It's a window into this rapidly evolving world of financial AI.
It's a front row seat to the future of finance.
Yeah.
You can actually see how these AI models are being tested, what they can do, and where the challenges lie. It's really eye-opening.
It is. And it's constantly being updated so you can see the progress being made in real time.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you all with one final thought.
Yeah.
If you could ask a financial AI anything, what would it be? What burning questions do you have about your own financial future?
Take some time to think about that. What would you ask? What insights would you be looking for?
Yeah, explore the resources that are out there, like this Open FinLLM leaderboard we've been talking about. And most importantly, engage in the conversation. The future of finance is being shaped right now, and it's a conversation that we all need to be a part of.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, that's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of financial AI. It's been a fascinating journey.
It has.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those tough questions. We'll see you back here soon for another deep dive into the world of AI.